Hi there, Coach Alexa here, continuing my series on illnesses, health stuff, and how that might impact your running. And today I'm going to talk about digestive issues. So, stomach bugs, nausea, being sick, having diarrhea, problems throughout our whole digestive system from heartburn through to, dodgy bowels. All of these things will impact the way that we're processing and absorbing our food, and also probably if you're feeling poorly, what it is that you actually can face eating. So normally what happens when we have some sort of digestive bug is that our body is expelling what is in our digestive system a lot more quickly than usual. So that means that we don't have the opportunity for our bodies to absorb the water that we're taking on board or the nutrients from the food that we're taking on board anywhere near as well as we normally would. So that's why we can start to feel quite rough quite quickly, because our body functions well because it's kept fed and watered, literally. So our body's expelling it a lot more quickly, and probably we're not eating much at all, so we can get quite depleted quite quickly. So this is why tummy bugs can be quite dangerous in some cases for small children, elderly people, those with more serious underlying health conditions, because we can get dehydrated quite quickly. So one thing to think about if you do have a tummy bug, and also when you're recovering from one and getting back into eating again, is taking your hydration really seriously. Maybe even dig out some of the electrolyte sort of drinks or tablets. Or maybe even sports drinks if you can face them, because they're a very good way of keeping you hydrated, but also keeping the electrolyte levels up, because we don't just lose the water, but we lose the electrolytes and, as I say, all the nutrients from the food when we're being ill. So what will happen when you're feeling ill is that you're just trying to say keep hydrated, keep the electrolytes in, and eat what you can face eating and letting the body get on with it. There are some cases where there may be something a little bit more serious going on. There might be bugs that need antibiotics or some sort of treatment. So if a sort of sickness bug has been going on for more than a few days, approaching a week, possibly worth having a chat with a doctor about seeing if there's anything else underlying going on that needs a little bit of help. But from a training point of view, I'm pretty sure that most of you are not going to be tempted to go out for a run while you're feeling that bad and while you're being ill. Even if you are tempted, don't. It'll only mean that you're going to wear your body out even more. It's going to take longer to recover, so you might as well just hunker down, try and stay hydrated, topped up with electrolytes, eat what you can, and let your body crack on with healing, and then restart training once you're feeling better. Now, the thing to bear in mind, even when you start to feel better and you start to eat normally again, your body's gone through this period of being really quite dehydrated, low on electrolytes, and low on all of the nutrients from your food. So it doesn't bounce back immediately. It needs a few days of eating and drinking normally and well, ideally, so good nutrient-rich foods to get vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, fats and protein levels back to where they should be before you feel the benefit from any training. So I always recommend that you leave it for a few days of normal eating after you feel 100% before you start training again, because otherwise you're just going to have a rubbish run that won't go well, that won't have much of a training benefit, where you'll be really off pace, where you probably feel a bit rough. And again, there's not a huge amount of value to that. So give it a few days of normal eating and drinking before you get back out training again. So that's stomach bugs, and I'll talk through a few other little nuances and stuff around our running and our health in future videos.